Welcome to Totally Talent Podcast by HR.com, your go-to source for all things talent. Whether you're looking for expert insights on high-volume hiring, the latest trends in recruitment technology, or strategies for building a winning team, we've got you covered. Join us for each episode as we dive deep into the challenges and opportunities shaping the talent landscape today. Let's get started.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Totally Talent on HR.com. I'm your host, Mike Wood. And as you can see, I am live at Unleash in Vegas, and I'm meeting with my friends from Juicebox. David,
good to
how
see
are you? Welcome to Vegas.
Thank you. Excited to be here and be here with the team and meeting customers, partners, friends. It's been a good time.
Yeah, life is good in Juicebox world. So tell me, how did you get started with Juicebox and starting this company?
For sure. So my co-founder and I started the business in 2022. So almost 4 years ago. We started around summer of that year. When we started the business, we had this overarching thesis that there's an opportunity to do a better job of matching people with potential opportunities. And we had this pretty broad thesis. We knew we wanted to solve it from the recruiter's perspective or from the employer side, but we didn't exactly know what product should take shape to solve that. And we spent almost 6 months just shadowing and interviewing recruiters
Smart.
and really understanding their workflow. And that was especially important because we didn't have our own recruiting experience previously. And so during that time, we were, one, able to really understand the workflow, but two, build a lot of empathy for the day-to-day role of the recruiter as well. And then during that time, something really interesting happened, which is ChatGPT was released, and this new technology of LLMs was kind of starting to be clear that this was going to be the next big thing. And so we felt like we had built a good amount of expertise in the ecosystem. And we also felt confident that we could harness this new technology to build a new solution or a new way of powering the workflow for recruiters. And so that then took us 1.5 years to get the first version of the product working well enough to actually go to market. During that time, it was just my co-founder and me. So just the two of us.
Wow.
For the first 1.5 years of the business. And we learned a lot. We iterated a ton. And then finally we got a product to market by early 2024. And so it was a really cool journey to get that out there. What we started with is search, so candidate search, helping recruiters find the best people. We found that that's where the majority of time was spent. And then since then, we've expanded beyond that to do things like email outreach, contact management, CRM.
More marketing type of stuff. Yeah,
exactly. So to kind of go a bit further down that stack as well. But I'll pause there to make sure I'm not monologuing too much.
No, it's fine. So a lot of my listeners are recruiters themselves.
Yep.
If they are stuck with let's say they're stuck with a legacy ATS system, what can your product do on top of that to help them?
For sure. So best way to think about Juicebox is it gives you the power to just describe in natural language in a conversation like the two of us are having, who you're searching for. And then what Juicebox will do is it'll take that initial search. So let's say we're looking for a sales manager you're from Boston, right? In Boston. So let's say we're looking for a sales manager in Boston, and they should have sold a health tech product previously. What Juicebox will do is it'll take that initial prompt and then create a combination of different filters. Those are hard criteria, like say location Boston, job title sales manager, but then combine that with a set of natural language criteria like experience managing large sales teams, experience selling to health tech buyers, experience with a certain contract size and more. And then it'll find and assess all of those profiles for you, whether they're in your ATS or whether they're net new profiles that we're finding for you, and present that to you in one consolidated view. And so as a recruiter, in kind of with that one prompt, you essentially have a stack ranked list of the best possible fit candidates that you can then go and reach out to.
So one of your sales guys, I forget his name, but he was great, was showing me the agents.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I think AI agents are going to be everywhere. There's going to be an AI agent in almost everything that you're doing software, whether it's in this industry or not. Tell me about your AI agents.
For sure. So I think in principle, there's two approaches to agents, and different technology vendors have different approaches. One is you have a lot of different agents and they all do one specific thing. The other approach is you have a single agent, but it does a whole workflow. And so our approach is the latter. We have one agent, but it runs the entire recruiting process, top of funnel only, like up to the application stage for you for a given role. And so what that specifically means is the agent can on its own configure search, calibrate. So it'll suggest some profiles to you, ask you for feedback on them, use that feedback to improve itself, And then every single day, we'll go out and find new profiles, reach out to them, get their responses, and then actually book the first call with you as the recruiter, assuming that that's the workflow you're following. And then at that stage is where the agent ends and it sends the candidate to the ATS. And so that entire top of funnel process is run by the agent, while still under like supervision or control by the recruiter or sourcer running it.
I think it's amazing because most recruiters have to have a talent pool that's pretty stable if they're hiring for like nurses, for example. You have a constant talent pool. Now, in the past, you'd have to go into a list of everybody that you have. Now, this thing's continuously updating. It's continuously adding new people. It's continuously refining. So I just think that's great. I want to know, but as we move forward towards, the latter part of the year, what are you excited about in terms of Juicebox?
Good question. So we recently raised a new funding round. So we have additional capital to invest. What that really means, though, is that how much faster can we deliver the best possible product to our customers? Or that's the challenge that we set ourselves. And really, there's two ways for us to do that. One, investing in our product and research. And so we're growing out our engineering team quite aggressively. And then the second is our go-to-market side and making sure that we work with customers in the most hands-on way possible, be that through a customer success manager that's working with them independently, to our new London office that we're opening in summer of this year as well. And so a lot of things coming there, and it should be a good year.
All right. So you, like me, are in the back-to-back events. I have to ask, because what I'm going to ask everybody is, what would you do if you were like looking to do something over the weekend that's outside of the strip? Like, any ideas? Because after like 3 days here, I'm like, get me out of here. So what do you think? What's on?
Here's my pitch. It's a little bit different, but since you're from the East Coast, and you're out here anyways, I think it's like what, 4 or 5 days between the conferences.
Yeah,
perfect time to go visit San Francisco and see what's going on there. And it's just a 1 hour flight, so that's my recommendation.
Nice. I was looking at some of the national parks, but then going up there alone and hiking sounds like the beginning of any Dateline that I've listened to.
That could be a bit risky.
Well, David, I want to thank you for joining me today. Check him out on Juicebox. Have a great rest of your conference. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in to the Totally Talent podcast by HR.com. We hope you find today's episode insightful and inspiring. Don't forget to explore more episodes and discover valuable resources at hr.com/podcasts, where you can listen to all of our podcasts. Until next time, keep leading with purpose and making a difference in the world of talent.